And she asked me something that freaking bothered me, like, for years. Like, because when she asked me this, I didn't get the answer right away. And I'm asking you guys at the same time, do you know who you are? Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the LiliP Beauty Podcast, where we're going to be talking about health, self-development, self-love, and God's love and magic available to us when we are living and being true to ourselves. You can expect an episode every Wednesday at 7 a.m., starting your Wednesday right. For those of you new here, my name is Lily. I am a teenage mom, turned hairdresser, turned celebrity artist, turned Pravana educator, turned entrepreneur, it seems like now. I can't believe that I have lived many lifetimes. I really have. So today's episode is going to be about anxiety. Talk about today specifically with anxiety is that, maybe it's common sense to you guys, to some of you guys, but this episode was made for my people, the people that it wasn't common sense that anxiety isn't normal because that was your normal. I've had trauma in my life since very young, and I don't know how much I want to share with you guys yet about that, but all I can tell you guys is that God has healed me from a lot of things, and I'm here sharing my journey. I'm not saying that everything that I'm saying is right for everybody, but I know it's going to be right for a lot of people that have God in their heart and they're just trying to do right with their kids, with themselves, and trying to live life, So anxiety, I think the first time I remember having it, I was like 3. I wanted to say 7, but through trauma therapy, I realized I have had anxiety since I was 3. And I recently learned that anxiety is one of the enemy's tactics, because anxiety doesn't come from God. God doesn't want us to be worried. God wants to spoil us and love us and for us to be loving and respectful to one another. Now, I'm not perfect, you guys. I am not perfect. People test me and my human comes out, Of course I'm human. But with that being said, my anger, my all that stuff, when people poke at you, comes out at me sometimes. I'm working on myself, but it takes time, the anxiety I was living, created a life for me. The ones that I can't cut off, I am learning to really love them where they're at, even if they're being complete assholes, because that's what God put in my freaking heart. Now, do I always deliver? No, because those people fuck with me, and I am really just trying to be love and peace here. But I just needed to put that out there because I want to be transparent, I'm not perfect, but I am healed from a lot of things, and my heart is in the right place. And this podcast, I'm excited for the right people to hear, and hopefully you guys learn some stuff from it. So anxiety has cost me a lot of things. My gain weight, survival mode mentality. With that comes so many different things and types of numbing. Okay, let me see what I feel comfortable telling you guys, besides me gaining the weight that anxiety has cost me. Phobias, social anxiety, sometimes. As I'm saying this, really God has been healing me from a lot of things. But these are things that are either past or present things that it's cost me. Not being able to save money before because I didn't know money caused a lot of anxiety to me, especially in the past, because I didn't have a relationship with it, because I got pregnant at 14 and I just kind of just went out in the real world, But thank God I have a really healthy relationship with that now. And I actually like would love to do an episode about that because these are things that they did not teach us in school. For some of you guys, like your parents taught you, your tias taught you and all that stuff, and it came easy to you guys because you guys were able to be in a safer environment and have to learn these things having to be in a survival environment is the best way I can explain it. I don't know if I'm making any sense to you guys, but looking at these notes, because I want to make sure like I meditate and I pray before all these episodes to make sure that this is coming out of my heart and I stay on track because your girl can talk. All right. So those are the things that anxiety cost me when I didn't realize that anxiety wasn't normal, right? So in my early 20s, I'm 31 now, but in my early 20s, I was already renting a chair and I was talking to someone older than me, that was successful. And I was like having like this life situation that I was like venting to her about. And she asked me something that freaking bothered me like for years. Like, because when she asked me this, I didn't get the answer right away. And the question was this. And I'm asking you guys at the same time. Do you know who you are? I mean, I answered with, yeah, I'm a mom. Yeah, I love doing hair and makeup. And she just like looked at me like with a loving smile. And she's like, you don't know who you are. Because if you knew who you are, you wouldn't have reacted like this and you wouldn't be in this situation. And it freaking bothered me. Like, for someone that always has an opinion, I shut the fuck up pretty much because I couldn't believe that I genuinely didn't have an answer to give her about who the fuck I am. So that stayed with me, right? Okay. Going back now, I realized I couldn't give an answer because my whole aura and energy had been in survival and anxiety for so long. And who I really am, who God created me to be, I mean, shit, God doesn't live there. God does not live in anxiety. You know how like groundbreaking that was for me when you are trying to talk to God your whole life through anxiety? And I mean, not all the time because, like God has done so much to me. So there has been a lot of gratitude prayers for sure. But let's be real. When shit's going down, we're freaking talking to God. Like, I'm not saying we don't talk to him and we're grateful with him when things are not going down. I know a lot of us are. But it was like this frustrating feeling because I felt like I was like nagging, like, come on, God, like, help me out this, or you got to be shitting me. And it's like coming from in this survival reaction mode. You guys, God's not going to answer us when we are in that place because he doesn't live there. He doesn't want us to be stressed out. That was like groundbreaking for me when I realized that. What it took for me to realize that anxiety wasn't normal and how it was affecting my life, having anxiety all these years, at this time, I think I was like 28, 29, was when God blessed me to get pregnant with my daughter, which was during quarantine. When God, honestly, I feel like it was such a gift. COVID was such a gift. We all needed to stop the fucking the toxicity. Like we were going. And God gave us the gift to stay home, to look at our kids, to look at our careers, to look at our lives. And I really took that to heart because a big part of who I thought I was for the longest time was boss babe, getting shit done. At this time, I had my oldest, and Jackson was about maybe 2 years or so. So when I couldn't work anymore, it opened up a whole can of worms because too much of everything isn't good, you guys. And I am a recovering workaholic. Seriously. And And I used work to numb a lot, you know? So I, couldn't drink. So I was sober. I couldn't work. So I couldn't numb that way either. And I was feeling all the feelings with the hormones and body changes and growing a baby and all that good stuff, right? So what took for me to awaken or realize that anxiety wasn't my normal, it isn't normal, that I couldn't go on like that anymore, was literally, first things first is stopping toxicity. Chingado, I cannot fucking say it. Pinche tóxico. Tóxicas. Fucking stop that shit, right? Second of all, is feeling everything you've been numbing and processing that. Sometimes you can do that alone. Sometimes you can do that with your man. Sometimes you can do that with family members. And sometimes you need to hire a fucking professional to help you process all that shit. Because your self that has built the life that you are now can't take you any further. And for you to go further, you have to heal. So sometimes you need a little extra help, and that's okay. That's okay. I feel like there's so much bullshit out there, like, like that pushes like self-made, self-this. Hell no, dude. Like, I have fallen victim of that hype of like, like using the hashtag or whatever. I'm not fucking self-made. Hell no. Everything good about my life has been because God has made that shit happen. Period. Mic drop. So ask for help. Ask for fucking help. Let that fucking heaviness off your fucking shoulders. It wasn't meant for you to carry by yourself. You're not doing anybody any fucking favors tiring yourself, being and giving people your survival self. You're not giving your kids your loving self. You're not giving yourself your loving self. You're not giving your man your loving self. You're not giving your career your loving self. You are half-assing it. Even if you are fucking trying your best, because when you are fully taken care of, and it's always a work in progress, you do shit different. You show up for people different. Long story short, these past, I remember, when I got pregnant, I was like, I'm going to be single for a while. I'm going to heal. I'm not going to be in a relationship until I heal. I'm going to heal in a year, and then I'm going to get myself a new boo. I'm going to freaking live my best life. You guys, that was 3 years ago. 3 fucking years ago. September 2020. When things ended, that was 3 years ago. And I'm finally feeling like I'm breathing, bring new people in my life, There is no time to healing. Fall in love with the process. You're already feeling like shit. Why are you going to continue not doing anything? It's like staying, going through hell, but staying there because you're not trying to do nothing new. Keep fucking going. Keep trying to do something different. Maybe something that I'm telling you guys freaking hits something inside of you. Use that shit. Freaking go meditate. Freaking journal about it. Talk to God and figure out what that means to you. But I can tell you guys this, dude. Most likely than not is stop the toxic shit in your body, in your mind. Stop watching bullshit shows that give you anxiety, that are fucking negative. Stop fucking listening to music that is fucking negative. Just stop for a while. I'm not saying forever. Just stop. Stop drinking. Stop doing drugs. Stop all that fucking shit and just stop, You will be fucking surprised, what the body does when it's healthy. Clean up your environment. Clean up your fucking house. Clean up your closet. Go get your fucking hair done. Go get your nails done. Whatever you can. And if you can't do it from home. Unpopular opinion, but part of the toxicity tóxicos, tóxicas is sometimes family members, sometimes friendships, sometimes long-term friendships, acquaintances. Like, you gotta separate yourself from anything that is making you feel like shit physically and emotionally. Like, it's just, it is what it is. Like, you're gonna keep putting yourself in situations when you're treating your body better because you're making better choices, but you're still going to gatherings that make you feel like shit. Like, you can't just ignore that. It affects you. Also, it's like, this is such a great time for you to decide who the fuck you are and who the fuck you're gonna show up to be, because when shit goes down and anxiety is in full on mode, you can either dive into more unconsciousness, or you can be like, you know what? Anxiety, thank you so much for letting me know on the things that I need to work on, but I'm going to take it from here, and I'm going to keep moving with love and grace versus, like rush, 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 I'm stressed out type of situation. You guys get so much more done when you guys are operating from inspired actions versus stressed out actions. Trust me. And then feel the feelings, you guys, and get help. Like, it makes such a fucking difference. Now my rule of thumb is, because I used to be like trying to like take all the opportunities, and everything, because I needed to make it. I had something to prove to me and my son, because I got pregnant at 14, so I had to aim for the fucking stars and some. And now my rule of thumb is, if it feels rushed, if it feels like I gotta force something, I let it be. I let it be. Of course I'm responsible. There's things that I don't fuck with, like me drinking my water every day that I'm supposed to, my ounces of water every day, my vitamins, my sleep, my meditation, and my house, my health. Like, my house has to be a certain way, and my weight has to be a certain way. Like for example, let's just say, and this is not my number, but let's just say, like, when I'm 140, I'm like, girl, like, 140 is your fucking line. You're not pushing 140. Like, I'm 118, 117 now. I lost more weight since the last video, by the way, you guys. I'm feeling good. You guys have to set a new normal after you stop the toxic shit, and you clean, and you start feeling the feelings. Like, did you guys know that in order for you guys to feel a full emotion, for us to feel the full emotion, it's only like 90 seconds or something like that? 90 seconds. To just pay attention to it and to feel it. Last year, on one of my videos, I said that the phrase of the year was going to be running into the fire. And man, like, what a freaking year it's been. A lot of stuff happened. Be careful what you wish for, but let me tell you guys, this fire that I've been going through, God has been preparing me, and I'm excited. I'm excited for this new era that's coming in my life and where God's taking me, and I hope this was helpful. I am so thankful for the ones that have been here and that you guys are giving me all this positive comments, and you guys are sharing my podcast. Thank you guys so, 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 so much. It means the world to me. I do this with lots of love. I can't wait to talk to you guys next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we are going to be talking about some things that I highly recommend that you do before the new year starts. Or maybe we're going to get into a book review. We'll see, because there's a couple of books that I've been dying to talk to you guys about. So with that being said, until next Wednesday, take care. Con mucho amor. Mwah.